Hello guys, welcome to ZiaIAS. Guys, this video is going to be very relevant for you if you are preparing for civil services with sociology as the optional. Whether it is UPSC or state PSC, if the optional is sociology, this video is going to help you a lot. Guys, even if you have not decided your optional and if you are in a confusion what to choose, then also this is going to help you a lot. Okay, I'm Safir. I have cleared UPSC mains 3 times with sociology as the optional and I've topped the subject 2 times and I got 112th rank in my third attempt. In all the 3 attempts, I went till interview with sociology as the optional. So I know what to read, what not to read, how to approach this paper and everything. And I've mentored thousands of students, guys. So I've come across all the problems of these students. I myself have faced all these challenges in finding the material, writing an appropriate answer, the answer writing format, the thought framework, what the questions need to be selected, because you will be getting choices also when you're writing the exam, right? Even selecting those specific and good questions which is going to reward you better, that is also a very vital, that will also play a very vital role in deciding your mark. And 1 mark is around 10, 12, 15, 20 ranks if you're going below. Don't forget that. So everything what we will do is we will discuss in a special webinar that I'm going to conduct on Saturday, this Saturday at 6 p.m. You will be joining me on the webinar. I'll discuss everything related to sociology. Guys, when I make a promise, everything, literally everything will be covered. You might have seen my videos in YouTube. There I'm discussing sociology, different topics, and you have understood the quality of classes. So imagine when you're joining for this webinar, what all benefit that you're going to get. Not only what I've promised, now I'll be giving you a lot of other surprises also. Join me on the webinar. I don't want everyone to join the webinar because we will have limited access and I don't want all the noises to come. So only those who are interested, please click the link which is given below. Join the webinar. Once you join the webinar, immediately you will get the login ID and password. Okay, guys, and you will get in touch with me also after that. Whatever doubts you have, you will be able to interact with me live. So in this 2-hour session, we will be interacting. I'll be discussing everything related to sociology, and it will be a much bigger value addition in your preparation, guys. Trust me, I'm promising you that you will be getting a lot of value for the time that you're going to spend along with me. So see you on Saturday and at 6 p.m. See you guys. Thank you. Okay, guys, can we start? Am I audible to all of you? Can you just confirm me? The voice is loud and clear? Okay, all right. Yes, okay. So we already discussed we started off with Emile Durkheim, right? And then we discussed about the theory of social facts. And then we have discussed about the theory of division of labor, right? And today in this session, I'll be dealing with which theory. We have 2 more theories which are left out, that is suicide and religion. We will take any one of that, okay? But before that, religion we will do. So guys, can you summarize, can someone who can discuss, guys, division of labor? It was slightly a lengthy theory. So when I ask you to summarize this division of labor theory, do it in 3-4 minutes. Okay, old school, yes, you can try, or Yashasvi. Okay, old school, you can try. Just 1 minute. So when we discuss about division of labor, I don't want you to talk about the introduction of Durkheim that we have anyway discussed already. So this is going to be the first part. We are not getting into that in this recap session. And then we will go for the definition, right? So you need to go for quickly the definition of division of labor. And then you go with the causal explanation, because Durkheim is talking about causal functional explanation in the rules of explanation, right? So we first see the cause and then we discuss the function. And you tell me why you are separating cause and function also in your answer, right? So this is what I need. And then briefly discuss about the pathological form, because Durkheim also talking about rules of distinction, right? So in that you need to make it between normal form and the abnormal form. So you need to also talk about the pathological form or the abnormal form, which we have seen in 3 forms. So this is what I'm looking for. Take 3 minutes and you can discuss. Yes, who will do that? Yashasvi or Swati, you can do it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So Durkheim first starts with defining division of labor as splitting of an activity into different parts, and then each part being undertaken by different individual or group of individuals. Then using his causal functional perspective, he separately first explains the cause and then gives the functions. This is done in order to avoid illegitimate teleology. That is, when you define cause and functions in the same way.
Okay.
Okay. So to explain the cause, he conceptualizes a primitive society where there's less population, people are alike, performing similar economic activities. People live in separate bands and there's no interaction between different bands. That's why it is also called a segmented society. And people collective conscience is stronger, is high, and it is all ensured through some repressive laws and norms. And that's why it is also called as mechanical solidarity. Now with time, population increases, volume increases, material and moral density increases. And now people have access to services offered in other bands also. This automatically results in a situation where there's struggle for existence in the present occupation. Now, as its most logical conclusion, the fittest will survive and the unfit will go for specialization. And this will lead to never-ending occupational specialization and then division of labor.
Okay, so then, that's the cause of division of labor. That means
yes,
when there is a population increase, the material moral density increase, that lead to access to activities performed in other segments. And then that lead to a situation of struggle for existence in the present occupation. And the logical conclusion of that is the fittest will survive and the unfit will create specialization. And that lead to division of labor. So that's the cause. Now, what is the function?
So he mentions two functions. First, he says in present society, despite its being so heterogeneous and complex, there is some element of integration. And it is because of this division of labor, which induces some functional interdependency, which creates this integration. And to sum it up, he quotes, we seek in others what we lack in ourselves, and associations are formed when there's true exchange of services.
Yes.
And second function, he says, it is a division of labor which provides individual and autonomy to undertake specialization.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So the Durkheim talk about two functions, and the two functions are, one is related to the integration of society. In the heterogeneous society, people are interdependent like organs in the body, and he referred it as organic solidarity. And this interdependence is functional that integrate the society. And the second function is division of labor, is giving the individual the much required autonomy to produce. So that means he is talking about that individual is becoming more autonomous. At the same time, he's also giving a statement, when you become more autonomous, you comes to depend more heavily on society. That also I have discussed as a separate question to you. Now here I have also compared it with Marx. And Marx, when you see this function of integration, Marx is talking about conflict. And there we have understood division of labor in terms of antagonist cooperation. And then second dimension, when Durkheim is talking about autonomy, Marx is talking about alienation. Division of labor alienates, right? So these are the two comparisons. Otherwise, the perspectives and everything you can use to make the comparison between Marx and Durkheim in this theory of division of labor. Okay, quickly, that three forms. You don't want to explain three forms of abnormalities?
Three forms of pathological forms of division of labor, like anomie or unorganized and forced division of labor. But he says these are temporary in nature, and by bringing in some rules or codes of conduct, they can be rectified and equilibrium can be reestablished. That's it.
Okay, all right, that's fine. And one more explanation. Who can do that? Yashasvi, can you do it quickly?
Okay, sir. So I'll start from the definition.
Quickly go with the flow quickly.
Okay, so division of labor can be defined as splitting up of activities into a number of parts or smaller processes undertaken by different persons or group of persons. So to find out the cause, Durkheim used evolutionary perspective comparing traditional and modern society. So also he separated cause and function in order to avoid illegitimate teleology. So in traditional society, the population was less, and people were alike, and they were in similar occupation, and the collective conscience was strong, and this was ensured by the repressive laws, and this can be termed as mechanical solidarity. Now, with the time when population increased, volume also increased, and moral and material density also increased. Material in the sense of advancement, and moral in terms of more norms and values. Also, the interaction increased between bands, and there is now access to perform activities in different segments. So now there is struggle for existence in the present occupation. So what will happen? The fittest will survive, and the unfit will have to specialize in some other thing. And this is the reason for division of labor. Now, talking about function, there are two functions. Now, in the modern society, as the population increases, division of labor also increases, and the interdependency among the people also increase, and interdependency dependency is functional. and this can be termed as organic solidarity. So this is the first function, that is division of labor integrates people. Then again, when division of labor increases, there is more specialization is required, and for that autonomy of individual is required. So we can say that
the two functions, one is related to integration of society in terms of interdependence which is created, that is we seek in others what we lack in ourselves, and associations are formed wherever there is a true exchange of service. And then it also gives the autonomy, right? So if you compare it with Marx, instead of integration, Marx says this lead to conflict. It is because of the antagonist cooperation. If you compare this point with Karl Marx, you will be finding it as alienation. So these two are the thread. You see some textbooks and all, they will keep on writing so much of points in the table, but if you ignore this two, you're not going to get any mark. This is the thread, and other things you can keep on adding the perspectives and the approach and everything. Okay. Then abnormalities, three forms: the forced division of labor, inadequate organization, and the anomy division of labor. And we also discussed the solution for Durkheim. It is temporary. Now, I think we can start with the today's session. If anyone of you want to explain once, maybe you can take 2-3 minutes and you can. Parshuram, you want to do it? Or yeah, quickly go ahead, Parshuram. Just explain the course part. Just explain the course.
Yes, sir. So Durkheim tried to explain the cause of division of labor by using the evolutionary perspective, using the separation between primitive and modern society. Then he emphasizes on separation of cause and function in order to avoid the illegitimate teleology. Okay. And also Durkheim developed the separation between the try to explain the difference between the modern society and the primitive society. As per Durkheim, the premise of society is based on mechanical solidarity, where the people are staying in a segment, and the interaction between the people is within the segment. So as population increase, as per the Durkheim terminology, it is the volume increase. As the volume increase, the moral density increase, and the interaction between the segments of the people are increased. So people are able to access the activity which are performed by other segments, and which turns result the material density of increase of material density. So in conclusion, Durkheim said that the fittest will survive, and the unfit create specialized. So explaining that on which result the increasing division of labor, because as the occupation is high, the specialization of occupation high, then the division of labor also increase, and it is a continuous process.
Okay, that's it. That's a course. Now, Pranjal, can you quickly tell me the functions?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
So the functions of division of labor is that first is in terms of 1 minute. In terms of
integration.
In integration, like there is a dependency of people from to each other. And the second is in terms of that people are free to do whatever they want to do. Means whatever the skills they want. Have a specialization in that also. And
that's it. These are the two functions.
One is integration, and abnormal also. I can explain the abnormal.